We're back now and joined by Dr. Lua Walter from Cabrini Hospital. Going to talk about a number of topics with kids back to school and some common sense safety precautions we need to touch on. And Dr. Walter, welcome.
Well, thank you. That's right.
Quickly on your background.
My background, I'm a family medicine doctor at the doctor's building in Cabrini. I'm with the family practice group there, and I've been there for about 2 years. I've been in central Louisiana since 2011, so I've been here for a while.
And came from New Orleans.
That's New Orleans by way of Florida. Where I'm originally from, but really I'm of New Orleans. So.
Well, it's perfect time for you to be here with school just opening.
Yes, indeed. So like you said, I wanted to talk about two little safety things, safety on the roads and also safety in the heat. And I know we just had a little heat segment there too. So, but we'll start with safety on the roads. The schools have just started, and so there's a lot more traffic in the mornings
School
than
buses, etc.
Oh yeah, school buses, kids waiting for the school buses. And I know I've gotten kind of caught behind school buses already. So it's just a reminder for motorists that we want to take a little extra time in the morning to plan our schedule, get where we need to go, because we are experiencing a little bit more traffic. Especially we want to keep an eye out for the kids that are waiting for their school buses and make sure that we don't try to skirt around the school bus when it stops. Those kids are getting on and off and we might not see them really well. So we want to make sure, and of course legally, make sure that we're not doing anything that would endanger those kids.
Absolutely.
And there's another group of people that are also out on the roads that we probably haven't seen on our way to work, and that's the kids that are biking to school, because there are quite a few kids on bicycles and some adults that are also commuting in that way. And it's important, they have their set of rules, but as motorists, we have a set of rules that we have to obey to help keep our cycling friends safe. And that's number one, to know that they're allowed on the roads. In Louisiana, those bicycles are considered vehicles, so they can and should be on the roadways with the rest of us.
Pay attention.
Oh yeah, pay attention, but treat them like you would any other slow-moving vehicle. And especially when it comes time to pass around them, there's a 3-foot rule, and that's legal in the state of Louisiana and most other states. You have to give them 3 feet of space if you're going to cross around a bicycle.
I did 3 feet space rule.
And no one really knows what 3 feet of space looks like. So I
you're
brought.
Going to give us
if you take the end here, all the way to the end, this is 3 feet. So if I'm a bicyclist, you're the car. You got to stay that far away from me for it to be legal and safe for you to pass.
That's a good
something
point.
To know.
It's a lot further than you think it is.
Because sometimes you think they should be moving over on the side while you pass.
Yeah, and sometimes cyclists will come out more into the middle of the road, and that's called taking the lane, and that's also a legal move for them if they are having an area where they're not safe, or if they need to turn into an opposite part of the traffic. So sometimes they will come out a little bit further, and we just need to be calm and let them do their thing and then pass when it's safe for both of you.
That is great to know. Thank you.
Still a lot of summer left too.
Yes, and that brings us to our second topic, and that's safety out in the heat. Of course, it was just mentioned that we need to hydrate all the time, and that's a daily event that needs to occur all times during the day. It's, if you're going out after school and you're doing your football, like we know the jamborees are happening, or we have
be really hot.
Oh yeah, and the girls that are going on doing Girls on the Run, we're doing all these things after school, and we need to hydrate for that. But we also need to be drinking through the course of the day, and that keeps us a lot safer from dehydration problems when we are being more physically active. And it's also important for our older population who's not doing all the physical activity, but are still getting very dehydrated just because it's hot out, because we want to prevent urinary tract infections and kidney injuries in that population. And the only way to do that is really just to stay hydrated.
And if you have diabetes 1 or 2, I think don't you need to have extra hydration?
Absolutely. But I mean, we lose a lot of our body fluids just sitting even in the heat. You don't have to be that active to get dehydrated, and that's really important.
You've given us such great information today. Thank you so much, Dr. Walter.
Thanks for dropping by. Good to have you.
I appreciate you having me.
More to come. We're going to tell you about a flood drive when we return, but first our community calendar.